Hello, and welcome to the Penfriends podcast. My name is Caitlin.
And I'm Becca.
Hey guys, episode 12, did we just decide?
Yeah,
Is that what the
something
number
like
I said?
that.
I think it's 12. Hello, welcome back. Another small hiatus. Who's surprised at this point? Sometimes it just happens with our busy schedules that we can't record. And Christmas week was one of them. The
Yeah.
time up to Christmas. I'm not surprised. I mean, our schedules are just so different. And you went down to Florida.
Yeah, I was in
So,
Florida, so that was just crazy. And we were gonna record the week before, but I don't know. Work was like insane, and then I had friends come over one night. Actually, it was my friends Allegra and Lyndon. Shout out to them. They're not watching, but um, because Lyndon has a 9 or 10-year-old, and then Allegra's teacher, so she's a TA, but the teacher in her room, like the three of them are all friends, and the other girl, I think her name is Kristen, has 2 kids. So Lyndon's kid and Kristen's kids are friends, and the three of them like do a bunch of stuff together. And they surprised the kids with tickets to Harry Potter World, but they did it in the form of like a Harry Potter themed scavenger hunt. And they
Oh, that's lit.
recorded the whole thing, and I edited it together for them. So that
Oh, is
was
that what you were
cute.
working on?
That's what I was working on.
Aw.
hmm
I can't wait to do fun things like that for children in my life, maybe one day. I don't know. If
My
not my
kids.
children, your children definitely.
hmm
um, yeah, so you went down to Florida, and that was fun. I heard that there were some visitors to your campsite. I saw that on Facebook.
Oh my God. Okay, so first of all, it was like a treat enough to go camping in freaking December. Like, who does that?
You
Not
do.
us in Michigan, that's for sure.
Oh
But
yeah, I
in
know.
Florida, it was 80 degrees. So we went camping because that's what I like to do with my family. So that's what we decided to do. For the first time, I've never been camping in Florida, and it was lovely until 2 wild armadillos just stumbled upon our campsite, and I was freaking out. Myra was freaking out. My dad was freaking out. But then, literally, like every other person that we encountered and like told them, yeah, we had 2 armadillos in our campsite, they were like, mm hmm. And I'm like, wait, what? It was so bizarre because then I'm like, we're not reacting appropriately for this occasion, I feel.
Well, then, and I saw in the comments, I was like, well, at least it's not an alligator or a crocodile or whatever is down in Florida.
Yeah.
At least it's not that.
Well, we went to like the boat launch, and
Mm-hmm.
because there was a trail by it, and there was a big sign there saying like be careful of alligators. And because the trail was like right by the water, it was like there might be alligators. And even Myra, she just got a dog. It's like a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. So it's a little dog. She like carried the dog while we were going down the trail. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my God, this is terrifying. But we didn't see any alligators, fortunately and unfortunately.
Yeah, um, I remember seeing some because my great grandmother lives down there. Her has a
Oh,
house down there. Actually, a lot of my family members do, and so we'll go down and visit. But there's like, even in the suburb area, and it's like a man-made lake.
yeah,
Still,
yeah.
somehow alligators will go in and gather
My
around that.
dad, he owns a house now, but when he first moved to Florida, he was renting a house, and it was
Mm-hmm.
in like a gated community, and there was a little pond or whatever in the middle, and there were alligators, and it was literally across the street
Mm-hmm.
from his house. And the very first time I went down there, when we got up in the morning, to go to Disney, my dad was like, I think the alligators are out. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I was in his driveway and I was like on my phone. And my dad like walked across the street and he like barely got onto the grass. And all of a sudden he came running back and I just see like splashing down in the water. Like they were laying out on the grass and
Mm-hmm.
my dad scared them. And I'm like, um, no thank you. But I've never seen an alligator since that, and I didn't even see it
Mm-hmm.
like then. So that's why I say fortunately and unfortunately, because I'm like, come on now, where's the alligator? But also, no.
Also, you don't want to encounter. Speaking of, um, uh, you know Jesse. You
Yeah,
know our dear friend Jesse. And he worked with Disney, and I'm only remembering this because
I was
it is
there.
you were there.
I
What?
was there for this story.
Oh, damn! You do
It
know this
was
story.
at,
Okay.
oh, yeah. But tell it anyway, because I love it.
Because this is such a.
My dad doesn't believe me,
I
but
don't know if I believe it, but I
I
kind of
believe
do.
it.
Like, so I don't know what ride it is where
It is
it must be an.
on the I know the ride because one of my favorites, and now I get like spooked. Well,
Okay.
because when he told us, it was before I'd ever been to Disney, and then when we
Oh
went,
yeah.
I'm like, we're going on this. It is the like African safari ride in
Mm-hmm.
Animal Kingdom, and let me tell you, you get close
Yeah.
like to them. So then I got even more scared. But go on. So that's the
But
ride.
he worked at Disney a few times and did a whole bunch of stuff, the college program, whatever. But he told us that like one of the policies on that ride is if a person falls into the pit, because you go on a bridge, I guess. Is it on a
Mhm.
bridge? And they
Yeah.
fall off the bridge, off
Like.
the car, off the
Mhm.
bridge, into the pit where the alligators are, that you're supposed to like leave them for dead. But I
Mhm.
don't know if
Like
I
drive
believe it or not.
away as like freaking floor it out of there
Yeah.
because there are so many of them in there too. Like it's not like at the zoo where maybe there's like I don't know, 3 or 4. Like there is probably I don't know, I'm sure you could look up and see how many there actually is, but there's gotta be at least 10. And they're big and
Yeah.
it's not like the biggest area and it is like a little tram that
Mhm.
you're riding in with no sides or anything. And well, maybe there's sides, I don't really remember. And but the road is like very narrow right there. And yeah, this past time that we went over the summer and we went on the safari ride, like it was far bumpier than I remember it being like at that point, and I was so scared that time. But the first time I rode it, I was like kind of living. And I'm like, oh my God. But someone was like trying to take a picture like with their iPad and was like almost standing up, and the tour guide was like, sit down. Like now.
Yeah, like
Do not do that. And then he apologized later, but and he didn't say anything more, but I'm like, I know the truth. I'm
the
woke.
the truth come out. Do crocodiles is eat humans?
Yep.
The way your head like falls back when you laugh at this, that the angle that I'm seeing you in the camera is just hilarious. Anyways, that's my one of my that's one of my favorite Disney stories. He has a bunch, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Like so the celebrities that he got to see, because the main ride he worked was the movie ride
Mhm.
in MGM. I don't know what it's called now. It's called something different. Anyway, that the movie ride was like his
Well, it's not there
specialty.
anymore. I don't think.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think they're getting rid of a bunch of stuff in that area for Star Wars,
Mm.
which I mean probably would make them more money,
Mhm.
but um yeah, that's not there anymore. But I remember him telling me some. I could not tell you for the life of me what celebrities it was, but like they would shut down the ride for a little bit and then like in the back door let in
Oh
this
yeah.
famous person. Yeah, and they do that all the time, I'm assuming. But that would be a place I would like to work. Maybe I never
I
really
don't
sure because
know.
I
I
don't.
guess it would depend on like what I was doing.
Yeah,
I guess.
because I don't know what the internships are like through costumes. Like
Oh,
that would be
yeah.
like I don't know what that kind of thing entails. Certainly not design, even though I would love to design the the fucking costumes. And I follow this is really specific. I follow people who take pictures of the performers at Tokyo Disney,
Mm-hmm.
and their costumes are fucking lit. I would
I think you
design at
told me
Tokyo
about that.
Disney because I love it. They're so intricate,
Mm-hmm.
um, and way more characterized. Like the people in the parades are their own characters. Like I don't know, it just is weird, and I really like it, just design wise. Anyway,
I was gonna
um,
say, if I had to choose, like, character-wise and just, like, atmosphere-wise, I think I would rather work at Harry Potter World over Disney
mm-hmm.
because and I know that it's your job, like it's their job to be just
In
at
character.
110 all the time. But I don't know. It seems like they're having a lot of fun while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, if you are a character at Disney, like, yeah, you're in character, but I feel like they're much more like you really have to be reserved. So like I could never be a princess at Disney because I would be like all excited with the kids and everything and that's not
Yeah.
like you can't be doing that.
Yeah, I think it depends on what character you play. And honestly, based on our height, the only characters we could play are like Mickey and Minnie. Like the
Mhm.
ones that are in the suits because we're small enough to take pictures with the little kids. But
Mhm.
because I always look and I'm like, could I be like an evil stepsister? Like, could I be one of the stepsisters? And I'm too short to even be a stepsister. So my dream was crushed that day when I had to look up. They always have those
Aw.
articles. It's like the 12 things Disney performers have to go through. And like I always see those pop up and I'm like, it's always the same 12 things. You have to be this certain height and know everything about your bleh. And I'm like, well, I already know everything about every character. I just am too short. Fuck this.
Right.
Anyway, that's
Anyway.
we got off topic talking about Disney, even though I would love to go again. I really want to. And Universal. I want to see Avatar Land, and I'm really fucking jealous you went to see Avatar
Oh,
Land. Did you go on
yeah.
that ride? That anim
Which one?
the
I didn't
Avatar
go.
ride.
Well, there's a couple. I didn't
Oh,
go on the one where you ride the thing.
the like the bird.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
I'm
go on. I wanted to go on that one so bad, but the wait was so long,
mm-hmm.
and I just no thanks. But we went on the river, like the boat ride, the
Yes,
slow
that's the
one.
one.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
Because I've seen video of people in that ride, and it just looks so great. But the fucking animatronic at the end looked
Oh,
so lifelike.
it was so good, and I just wanted to like get out of the boat and just spend a while with
Yeah,
the,
right.
you know what I mean? Because there's
Mm-hmm.
like none. There's like no animatronic people or nothing through the whole thing. It's like you get some scenes that are projected like
Mm-hmm.
on the walls of the like dog jackal things, the black dog
Oh, those
things
scary guys. Yeah.
that are supposed to be like wolf-like or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like there, whatever, but the only animatronic, I believe, is
The
at the very
priestess
end.
lady at the
The
end.
priestess, yes.
Yeah.
And it is the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Like you pass her and the ride is done. And I'm like,
Yeah.
where were you for the entire ride? Like, come on. I just wanted that the whole time. Oh,
Yeah,
I
she looked
love
pretty
that
cool. I thought
movie.
she was fake at first when I saw the videos, but then I saw like a really up close one of it, and she's real. Like those, like every tendril is moving, every appendage. I didn't mean tendril, I meant appendage. Everything, every finger is moving separately, and that's all. Like think back to like It's a Small World After All,
Oh
and the
my
animatronics in
God.
that, and then like think of like what we're getting now. Oh, hi,
Mhm.
Luna.
Yeah, you're probably gonna hear my cat on the audio because Luna just walked by and meowed directly into the microphone. I'm
She's
like, oh,
like,
thanks.
she's like, Aunt Caitlin, I miss you. No, I'm just
Mm,
kidding. She.
I'm sure you'll be able to hear her bell jangling.
Oh yeah. Did she have the bell before?
Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah.
got Manly and Luna matching collars
Oh,
for
stop.
Christmas.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the dog opening his present and it was a puppy inside?
I've seen two of those.
You have? This
Yeah.
older golden retriever like
That's
gets
the one I
into this
like.
box
Yeah.
and is so excited that there's like another one of him inside it. And I was like, "Oh, that's so pure."
I like that one
It's
a
like I
lot.
have a new friend. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Speaking of gifts, your Christmas was well? You went well?
Yeah, it was really cool. I guess I'll segue into it
Yes.
because it was really interesting. Me and my dad, obviously, and my mom, but you know, we had like family traditions and stuff that we
Mm-hmm.
did every year growing up. Sorry, Luna is like going crazy, and I don't know why. Um, so I apologize. But we had like all of these family traditions, like um, really basic ones, I thought anyway. Like I grew up knowing about Santa, and every year we would leave him milk and cookies and also carrots for the reindeer,
Nice.
which I'm assuming were fed to my dog because my dog's treats were carrots. We didn't give her dog treats. So,
Dogs can eat
um,
carrots?
mhm,
Oh, I never knew that. Okay, continue.
yeah.
I see.
But it was kind of cute because Myra and Marilise, they
Mm-hmm.
stayed with us for the whole week. And I don't know, like I'll have to ask Myra, but from the way that Marilise was acting, like I don't think that they've done like those types of traditions with her because I was like, "Oh, we have to make like, oh, can we make cookies and stuff for Santa?" And Myra was like, "Wait, you really want to do that?" And I'm like, "Yes." Like I was kind of confused about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did, which was fine. But I was saying like I was asking Marilise like, "Okay, do you want to write a letter to him with the milk and cookies?" And she was like, "Oh, okay." Like she didn't know
Hmm.
like what to do or anything. And so then I was trying to think of like something to get her excited. So I'm like, hey, we should do the check on the Santa Tracker app to see where he's at. And she got like really excited, but then it was saying that like he was really close, like in Florida almost, and it was like 10 o'clock
Mm.
at night. And so I'm like, oh my God. So then I'm like, we gotta go to bed. We gotta go to bed. And then Mary Lisa's like, I'm scared. And I'm like, wait, what? Like she got all scared. She's like, I'm a little scared. And I'm like, are you scared or are you excited? Maybe a little nervous? Like she didn't know what was going on.
I'm
And
scared.
I'm scared. I was like, oh, oops. But did you like do that typical stuff growing up too, like leave milk and cookies? Or no?
Yes. Yeah, I remember a few times a year, we'd leave Santa cookies. I remember a few years in a row, I remember doing that when it was kind of near the end of my sister being in that age group of Santa, you know? And I
Mhm.
remember doing that. No, my biggest traditions, well, one thing, we always spent Christmas Eve, Christmas Day with my grandmother. So when I lived
Oh,
with my
yeah.
up in Remus with my grandma, that was easy. But now we travel across to Kalamazoo and we
Mhm.
spend Christmas Eve. And then in Christmas morning, the kids would open their stockings. Now,
Mhm.
um, my grandmother has told me, I think last year I did, maybe she was like, last year was my last stocking because I was graduating college. And I wasn't expecting a stocking this year.
Oh.
Um, but she pulled one out in the morning. Very lazy now. Like, my sister and I were both adults. Everyone wants to sleep in a little bit, but I remember like
Mhm.
getting up at like 6 o'clock as a kid. Like, when you're a kid, you just get super excited and you wake up the entire house. But now my parents wake me up. They're like, come on, get up, open your stockings. Like, that's what happened. And we're like, oh, come on. just sleeping. No. And they're like, no, it's Christmas. And I was like, okay. But my grandmother pulls out a stocking. I was like, Grandma, I thought I was going to be done with the stockings. And because I'm done with college. And she said, yes, but you're not like gainfully employed yet. So you still get one. And I was like, what is that rule change? I was like, thank
Thanks.
you, Grandma. No, and she meant it the kindest way. She's like, I know you're employed right now, but you're not, it's not steady. And I totally get it. Like, and she's like, yeah, but you're also like, you're
Yeah,
still my grandkid and stuff. I was like, oh, Grandma, I'll keep taking stockings. Whatever.
that is so cute.
But yeah, so we do
So
the,
did you do, oh, sorry,
no.
jumping. I guess I'm jumping. Do you open presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas?
We used to open one family present on Christmas Eve, all of
Oh, you're
us.
one of those people.
Okay, but my father killed that tradition a few years ago. He's like, I don't know
Mm.
why we're opening Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve, and I was like, it's just the one. I don't know. I remember doing that a few times.
Yeah, I mean, I can see I could never do it because we I was raised like, well, in my household, like it was a joke, like we don't want to be those people,
Oh,
like
really?
ugh, like looking down on those people that
Mhm.
open gifts on Christmas Eve because that's not Christmas. And like even, but I know like some families do it because it's like Christmas pajamas and then it's like really
Yeah.
cute and that sort of thing. Like Myra got us all Santa hats and then Christmas shirts. And
Mm.
she was like really trying to get my dad. She's like, "Can we please at least like open the stuff that I got on Christmas Eve?" And my dad's like, "No." And then Marilise was like getting all upset. And I'm
Oh.
like I was trying, I'm like, maybe I could do it, but then I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. Like, sorry, I cannot start. I just can't. It goes against everything that I believe in.
That's such a weird
Because
line in the sand.
my mom would get me Christmas pajamas, and I still like I wouldn't get to open anything before
Hmm.
or anything like that. Like she made me pajamas every year, and I just opened them on
Oh,
Christmas.
she
And
made you
then,
pajamas?
hmm
Oh.
yeah, she would make me pajamas every year. Ish. And then, like, when I got, well, she would buy me pajamas. Then, when I got a little older, she would, like, buy me fabric to make pajamas out of.
Oh,
So,
that's
like, I'd
cute.
unwrap the fabric,
Aw.
basically. And, which is really cute. But, yeah, I could not bring myself to do it, unfortunately.
Oh.
But when I was growing up, I was allowed to get up in the morning and open my stocking,
Mhm.
but I couldn't open up like anything else, obviously, because I would get up at like 3, 4 in the morning
Oh my
and be
god.
like, "It's Christmas!"
Yeah.
and be all excited. Of course, when I was younger, like you don't have the connection that your parents don't want to get up because they were up until 1 or 2 putting stuff together some
Right,
years.
yeah.
At least like my dad was. So he then in the morning he would always be like, "Okay, I just gotta make a cup of coffee." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Then when he makes his coffee, it's, "Well, I gotta have some breakfast." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And like as I got older, like I distinctly remember one year, and it had to have been like when I was a teenager or something, but I was still a brat because I was an only child. And there was one year, and he only did it once because my mom got so mad too. So he's like drawing it out so long, and then he's like, "Well, I gotta jump in the shower." So like he had coffee, he made breakfast, and then he's like, I gotta take a shower. And I lost my freaking mind when he did that because he had never done that my
Yeah.
entire life. So I'm like, why now? Like why? I have a really hard time like when people divert from I don't like change, and then I have to like understand why they're doing the things that they're doing. And so I find myself a lot of the time just being like, why are you doing this now? Like after all of these years, like why this year? Why? Why?
And 12 years later, you're thinking about it still.
And he denied it. I told Myra that he did that, and he's like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, "Yes, you did." But sorry, I feel like I'm monopolizing the
Oh
conversation.
no, girl, you're good.
Okay. Um, we were watching like home movies because my dad got all nostalgic because I was there,
Mm-hmm.
and he must have found like the home movies like ahead of time because he gets all excited before I come to visit.
Yeah.
And so when we were camping, he was telling Myra about this home video that we have where I'm like, I gotta be 3 or 4 or something. And everything starts off fine in the video, and it's Christmas morning and everything. But then as it goes on, and I'm getting like more gifts, I start saying things like, "Wow, Dad, it looks like you haven't been a very good boy this year. You don't have a single present." And I'm like being really sassy to him.
What?
And then like when he gets a present, even my mom is like, "Look, it looks like he's been a good boy after all." And I just look at her like, mm, I don't think so, or
Oh my
whatever. I'm just
god.
like, okay. Like I brush it off, but then when my mom gets a present, I'm like, "Look, Mom, a present for you." And she's like, "Yeah, and Dad got a present too." And I'm like, hmm.
From what
And
I
it's
know
really funny.
of from what I know of the relationship you have with your dad and like the dynamic you guys have, I can totally see little Becca doing that.
My dad said that because I was so young, that was probably like the start of it. For whatever reason, like we found the root of our relationship,
Oh my god.
as bizarre as it is. And then it was funny because like it, we were just watching all these home movies where my parents just have hours of footage of me just sitting and playing because I was an only child. Like they were the family that bought a camcorder like when my mom was pregnant with the intent of just like recording my every freaking move. And there's like footage of like my cousins videotaping like when we're camping and stuff. And then when they're not like pointing the camera at me, one of my cousins is saying to the other one like, that's not what we're supposed to be recording. Like we're supposed to be recording Becca.
What
And
the
I'm like, "Oh my
Oh.
God." But it was just funny because I was ridiculous as a child.
Mhm.
And so that particular Christmas, like I came down the hallway, and I'm like, "He came!" And it's just like my little voice, like seeing all of the presents from Santa. And then I go over and see the presents, and you just hear me go, "Holy moly!" And I'm like, me
Oh.
now is like, who taught me this stuff? So on Christmas morning, I came down the stairs, and of course I had to be like, "Oh my God, he came! Holy moly!" And my dad's like, "Shut up."
Oh, you should have recreated it. Oh.
Well, we recorded
Oh,
it,
you
so
did?
I
Okay.
got,
Good, the
yeah.
recreation.
It's really, I would like to see the video because about halfway through opening presents, Marley starts talking to the camera as if we're making a YouTube video. So she's like, "Hold it up to the camera so all of our viewers at home can see." And then she's like, "I hope that you all enjoy." And it's halfway through, so then we keep telling her, like, we have more presents. And she's like, "If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button."
Oh, that
I'm
child
like,
needs to be
"What?"
that child's going places. How old is she?
She's 9.
Oh my god. Oh, she's going places. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so funny.
it was so funny.
Yeah, my dad would record a bunch of events. Like Christmas and Easter were like the two, and Thanksgiving were like the three that we always would get together for. But
Mhm.
some random videos, like, oh man, I should find these files and send them to you. One of them is where I'm pretending like I'm the wild thornberries, and he titled it like Caitlin Thornberry. But the only animals at that time that I had complete knowledge of, because I lived between two farms. My grandma wasn't on a farm, but I lived between two farms, so I saw cows and sheep. And I did a Thornberries mini episode about some fucking sheep. And I say, like, my dad's following me with the camera, and the 6-year-old me is like, "Don't shoot me, shoot the sheep!" And, like, he zooms back, but there are no sheep in sight. I just know they're back there. Like, oh my god,
Mhm.
that was one of my funniest videos.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, my dad would do all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's a bunch of stupid videos. I showed
Yeah.
over Thanksgiving, I showed Jeremy one. It was my birthday and I got like a little iPod shuffle. But like my
Mhm.
enthusiasm was so low cuz my parents woke me up to give it to me on my birthday. And I was like, "Whoa, dude, awesome." And I was like 13 at the time, and Jeremy like would not shut up about saying, "Whoa, dude, awesome" to me the entire rest of Thanksgiving. I'm like, "Shut up." Please.
That is
Anyway.
so funny. So, think back to growing up. What is like your favorite gift that
Oh
you ever
man.
got? Like most
Um
memorable Christmas.
did I get my Wii for Christmas? I got the Nintendo Wii for Christmas. That was pretty big.
Mhm.
But really the biggest influential gift that I've been given were my tablets, my drawing
Oh
tablets.
yeah.
Because I got my first one. Yeah, I got my first one when I was in 8th grade, 9th grade. It's like 2008. And then my parents updated me one to a newer one
Mhm.
last year for Christmas. And
Mm,
so those are pretty influential in my life, I gotta say.
yeah.
Um, because I wouldn't be drawing as much, I don't think, if I didn't have the ability to draw digitally.
Mhm.
So yeah,
That's
I would
so
say that.
cool. I remember when I got my American Girl doll for
Oh yeah.
Christmas. Because what we would do is, like, of course, I'd open my gifts with my mom and dad, and then every year we would go over to my grandma's for our, like, family
Mhm.
Christmas. But never. And I think I was probably like 8 or 9 when I got my American Girl doll. And up until that, like, point, and then after that, I never got anything like from my Christmas list from my family. Like they asked for it every year. They wanted to know like what I wanted, and I never ever got anything, even if it was like something small. And
Mhm.
I would always be like so confused, like thankful, like okay, thanks, but just ultimately like very confused because I didn't and it like wasn't trying to be ungrateful or anything, but I'm like I did not ask for any of this. Like what is happening right now? It was just so bizarre. And
So what would they
but
get
it's
you?
fine. They would get me like clothes and stuff like that. And I know that that stuff is probably like what my mom was telling them. But I
Mhm.
remember every year specifically, my like everyone in my family, all my aunts and uncles would be like, "We need a Christmas list." And so I'm like, "Okay." And I'd have to literally, and I remember like as a teenager, like my mom would start asking for a Christmas list in like late October, and I would have to type up, like, I just typed up a Christmas list and like print out 10 copies or whatever for my mom to like
Mhm.
give people in the family. And I just always thought it was so bizarre. And I think that there might have been like a couple times when I was like older, like late teens, where I got like one or two things from my Christmas list. But I just remember that when I was 8 and I got my American Girl doll, um, Molly, from my mom and dad, and that was probably like one of the biggest gifts that I ever got. Like even as an 8-year-old, like I understood like holy moly. This is
PK
holy
Moly Moly.
moly. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I got like the book set and everything, whatever. But then when I went for my family Christmas, my aunt Julie got me her entire like bedroom like furniture set.
Oh, wow.
like legit American Girl, like her furniture set. And I remember just being like, holy moly.
The title of this episode. He came, holy
Holy.
moly.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, I've been laughing so obnoxiously. Sorry, editor Caitlin, your ear's gonna be bleeding at how obnoxious I've been laughing. Um,
But yeah, and that was the first time that I ever got anything like from my family off my Christmas list. So I remember being like, oh, but also like, wow,
yeah.
that's crazy.
This year, I think it's just really so it's really hard for me to think of things now because I'm like, I would love money to pay off my debt, but I
Mhm.
can't ask for that. So like the I want to get my I expressed to my parents like I wanted to get my hair dyed and get it lighter so that way I can put fun colors on the ends and just kind of have like
Mhm.
an ombre blonde so I could put fun colors in whenever I want. So they're gonna help me pay for that. But they
That's
got
nice.
me some things, which I think was prompted by my sister. I think really my sister picked out my family gifts. But I got a makeup brush rack that you hang the brushes upside down. And
Ooh.
then she got me this little spinning, like little makeup case thing. And I was like, what are you trying to tell me, Lauren, with all this? She's like, I need you to clean up after yourself in the bathroom at home. And I was like, all right, message received. Good. I will do that
That's
now.
awesome.
So now it's kind of like I'm at that point now where I was like, I'm really excited that I got a miniature crock pot with flamingos on it this year. Like that, like, I
Aw.
know, right? But I'm like, I need that ish. I need to slow cook some chicken and just eat it all
Yeah.
week. Like, that's the kind of stuff that excites me now as an adult, getting some
Oh,
few,
same.
yeah.
I mean, on the way back from the airport, I went to IKEA
Mm-hmm.
because the IKEA is 2 hours away from where I am. So I was jazzed to know that it was 5 minutes from where like we currently were, and it was not going out of the way
Mm-hmm.
to go to IKEA. So I got like throw pillows and a throw blanket, and I'm like, this stuff is going to stay like just in the living room, and it's gonna be so nice. I got like some other stuff, but it was like very adulty. Like I
Mm-hmm.
like getting things for around the house. And my dad, I really wasn't expecting much, especially because I was traveling,
Mm-hmm.
so I thought that I would just be getting like a bunch of money or whatever. But Myra took my dad to Five Below,
Yeah.
and I don't think that he'd ever been to Five Below before.
Oh man.
Actually, I know he hadn't. So I ended up getting like a lot of crazy things, but it was very. I know. Luna just hit me in the face with my
I heard
tail with
that.
her tail. That's why Caitlin's laughing. She's Luna's going like crazy right now, and she's getting right up into the microphone.
Oh,
So
that's okay.
sorry, but
So
like
you
I
got some
got
stuff from Five Below?
pillows that are like photorealistic, like cat heads,
Oh, that's so fun.
and they look amazing on the couch actually, like with the throw pillows, like they look really cute on there. And I got like some shirts that have to do with cats. They got me a cat mug, like obviously a lot of cat stuff. And
Uh-huh.
I was very appreciative of it because I can never find, like cute cat things. And even when I do find some things, Josh often vetoes me purchasing them. So
Yeah.
to have them gifted to me, I'm like, oh yeah, awesome. I also got a book of conspiracy theories,
Oh.
which
So
was
expect
rad.
a second episode of conspiracy theories
That's
eventually.
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And then I was like going through, and some of the ones that I have like a lot of information on. Like the one about Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jack the Ripper is in there, but it just says like, "Oh, he was never found." Da 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 da, and I'm like, I need a pen because I need to like add my own notes in the margins of this book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that I will be going through and adding my own notes to it,
Yeah,
fleshing
dude.
that book out a little bit.
Fleshing the
But
book.
yeah, just like really cute things like that. We like to do. My family. my family, like me and my mom and dad, and
Mm-hmm.
now Josh. And probably not Moira. She thought it was kind of weird, I think. But we have this weird, I guess, tradition of like when we write who the gifts are from,
Mm-hmm.
like sure there will be gifts like, oh, to Becca from Santa, to Becca from mom and dad, but then like we'll write from like really weird things. It's kind of like hinting at what the gift is. So if I get like a Harry Potter, like Josh gifted me an illustrated Harry Potter book,
Mm-hmm.
but the gift was from Hermione Granger. So it's like,
Oh.
oh, I know it's gonna be like something Harry Potter. But I did that like all growing up. My parents did that.
Huh.
So
I've
yeah, it
never
was
done that
like
before.
yeah, it was really cute. So for like a couple of my gifts, and Josh and my dad like had no communication about it, but my dad and Myra got me like an inspirational, motivational like canvas
Mm-hmm.
picture, whatever, to hang up by my desk at work, and said that it was like from one of my kiddos,
Oh.
and that's like challenging because it's like a
Mm-hmm.
motivational whatever. And then Josh got me a yes to um like face mask set,
Oh, was it from Meyer?
and
Because I saw
said it
those.
was
Yeah.
from yeah, and said it was from one of my kiddos
Oh.
too that was challenging. So I'm like, I kind of like that tradition, but I could tell like Myra and Marie-Lise are like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's a cute tradition. I kind of I might steal
Hmm.
that from you. I'm definitely going to do
Yeah,
that for my gift to you and like write from da 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 to da da da. So I do have a gift. I need
yeah.
to this is prompting me to see
Hmm.
you soon. Uh
Yeah, because I have
hopefully,
something for you
yeah.
too. So,
So yes, we'll have our
do
mini
you have?
Christmas in like March. I don't know when I'll see you
Yes.
next.
No, we should,
Yeah,
for
I
real
know.
though.
We will.
So do you have any other Christmas related like things that you want to talk about before we move on to like New Year's and looking on to 2018?
No, I say let's jump into it.
No?
It's
Okay.
tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of
Oh yeah,
2017.
tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I can't believe
I
it.
know.
The
It's
time went by really fast, I feel like.
yeah, this year did go by. Some parts were slow and then some parts were quick, which I'm happy
Mhm.
about, but kind of like this job, it doesn't feel like I started it doesn't feel like an entire month passed since this job. It's
Yeah.
felt so slow here, which I'm liking because I'm close to Jeremy and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I like hanging out with him as much as possible because I don't know where I'm going to end up next.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
So goals for 2018.
Oh man.
What do you think?
Well, I'm looking into some year-long positions right now. So
Mhm.
hopefully I'm in one of those year-long positions or a more permanent position. And if not, um, I really want to start my Etsy and start
Yeah.
making all the things that I have been wanting to make and then sell them. That's what Etsy is, in case no one knew what Etsy was. I just explained the concept. Um, so yes, I would really like to do
That'll
that.
be really cool. I'll buy
Um,
your stuff.
oh, thanks. I mean, I need you to promote it on your channel, so I'll
I
make you
will.
all the cool things. Um, but what else? I'd like to lose some weight, or at least get into shape. I would like to take better care of my
Same.
body. I'll say
You
that.
should do 'cause I am subscribed to this YouTube channel that's like yoga, and
Mm.
they have like 30-day like yoga challenges for beginners. We should do
Oh,
that
we should
together.
do that. Speaking of things we were gonna do together, I would like to read more. Um,
Yeah, I am itching to reread Harry Potter.
okay, all
So
right. So it's
we
gonna
need to do
be.
that really soon because I'm like dying
I
to get into
will.
it right now.
I promise. You know what? I'll just pick up that other book later because I've been wanting to read Harry Potter too, and I feel like I will find it more enjoyable. Not that the book I'm in the
Yeah.
middle of is not enjoyable. It just is like I have to read it over again. The way that this author writes is really cool. It just takes a
Mhm.
little bit, so I'm not as enjoying it as much. I feel like my first time around reading it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Happy New Year. start reading Sorcerer's Stone when I get my
Yay!
hands on the copy, which is at my host family's house. So it won't be until next week that I can. I mean, I'm going home Monday, but
I'm
expect
gonna
like
overnight you one.
no, don't overnight me. I have it. It's just not at Jeremy's house. It's back at my host family's house. So yes, I will start reading that because I know that
Next
we want
week
to read it
sounds
together.
perfect.
Yeah,
And then, yeah.
we'll
So we'll
start.
talk about doing that. Maybe we could set like a weekly chapter
Yeah,
goal. Like,
something
I don't know. Something
because
really low key.
yeah, because I do want to get through them because I would like to. I mean, dedicate part of an episode once I finish a book to talking about that specific book, and then of course we can
Yeah, as we go.
as we go. Yeah, I
So
think that'd be
then
really cool.
there we go. 7 podcasts
Right.
planned.
Exactly. That's done. No, well then we'll do the eighth one because then we have to have a wrap up episode
Oh yeah,
and talk
like
about the movies and
overview
stuff.
of the
Yeah.
whole series and how it compares to the movies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so those are some of my goals. I would really like to I don't know, I just would like to be more creative and I would like to get back into drawing more, maybe drawing or sketching every day. I would like
Yeah.
to finish what I'm calling part 2 of my novel because I finished part 1
Yay.
at NaNoWriMo. It didn't hit 50,000, but part 1 I'm calling was like 30,000 to
That's
40,000
awesome.
words. So I'd like to finish that draft. Oh, okay. My body doesn't want me to
Oh my
to
God.
talk about that.
Holy
um,
moly.
so yeah, I don't know. What about you? Tell me
Um,
some things you want to do.
I mean, like personally, I want to focus more on self-care. I
Mhm.
set really like general goals for how I want my year to go, and that's like the main thing that I want to focus on is doing more stuff for me
Mhm.
because a lot of stuff I do is for work, and that is really starting to take a toll.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
even though I know that there's not enough time in my days to get everything done that I want to do, that at a certain point I kind of just need to be like, it can wait,
Yeah.
or set aside like one weekend a month or something to be like, okay, I'll do whatever prep I can if I do need, because a lot of times, like now, for example, I have like a couple new things in my room that I need to get fabric for or
Mhm.
figure out how to cover in some way. And it's like, for some reason, causing me stress. And I don't know why. Probably because I haven't like obtained it. And I have to have it before the kids come back. Otherwise, it's just not going to be good. But, yeah, just stuff like that, where it's like, in my mind, it's not going to be good if I don't have it. But realistically, it's not, it probably isn't going to be that big of a deal. You know
Right.
what I mean? So focusing more on self-care is a big thing. Um, I just filmed a video about like my reading goals and stuff.
Mhm.
And I want to make reading more of a priority because I feel like I've kind of fallen away from that. And I'm getting married this year.
Oh, jeez.
So
Oh, man. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna get appointed by the state so I can marry you.
you need to
So I can
because
marry
that would be
you
awesome.
and Josh, not
Hmm.
marry you. I mean, that's also on the
Well,
table. I'm not eliminating that entirely, but
Luna, dang.
Luna also wants us to get married. So,
She does.
um, yeah, no, those are
Um,
great. Yeah.
yeah, generally just more self-care, less
Mhm.
stress.
Yeah, seriously.
Hmm.
That's why I'm like, um, especially with this job, I try not. This coming week is like my last full week of stuff before dress rehearsals, so this coming week is not going to be great for getting out at dinner time, but I definitely understand like leaving work at work and like trying your
Yeah.
hardest to do that because even over Christmas, I was away for a few days and I brought a project to work on, but I was like, I can get it done when I'm back at the theater. Like it's not that big of a project and I can
Hmm.
get it done in an hour or two and I don't have to worry about it. Just kind of chillax and spend time with my fam. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
I brought it and I didn't touch it. But no, I definitely agree with you on that. Just trying to take care of oneself is really important. Oh, Luna wants to take care of you so much right now.
I know she does. And as soon as we say goodbye, she will leave me alone for the
Yeah,
rest of the night.
yep, because that's how she is.
Mhm.
She hears my beautiful voice and my
She
cackles,
probably does.
and she's like, ah. Um, yeah, it was a pretty crazy year. A lot of ups and downs, I guess.
Mhm.
For me, it was a lot of downtime for what my actual work was, and sometimes my actual work in the theater was not the greatest, aka over
Yeah.
the summer. Um, and then before that was me being home and working at McDonald's, which I know Josh loves it and stuff. My experience personally wasn't the greatest. Oh,
He
you're
does
shaking
not
your head.
love it. He does
Well,
not love it.
okay, well, I don't know. He's higher up, I guess, so no. Okay, never mind.
It's not good right now,
Oh,
but
well,
that
okay.
yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. I'll edit that part out. Anyway, so like, before my summer, it was working at McDonald's, which wasn't the greatest. And now I'm in this really short-term position and I really wish I was just here all the time. And I hope that I
Mhm.
can come back and do this. Yeah, a lot of ups and downs for me. And I'm sure and I know it was the same for you because you switched
Yeah.
classrooms and you had problems there with your work and I don't
I
know.
cannot believe that January 30th will be my 1 year at
Yeah.
my job. It's crazy. I just saw on my whatever Facebook memories or whatever the heck it is
Mhm.
that a year ago today we were getting the keys for this apartment like in 3 days, it said. Like, I can't believe that I get the keys for my new apartment in 3 days.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
oh
for the
my
place in Grand
God.
Rapids. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I
Mhm.
can't believe that we've been out of school for only a year. It feels like more, but honestly,
I know.
it doesn't at the same time. It's so weird.
2017 felt like 5 years in one.
Yeah, it was kind of, I mean, world news wise and things going on politically and a lot of natural disaster happened, a lot of
Mhm.
mass shootings that I don't really want to talk about. It just kind of brought
A
us all
lot
down.
happened.
A lot happened. A lot of great things happened, and then a lot of not so great things happened. So I
Mhm.
hope that 2018, like, I don't want to, like, I don't, it sounds selfish for me to say, like, I need this to be my year, but I really do need 2018. I need to kick myself in the ass and be like, do you want to do this and you want to do the things you need to do? Like, this needs to be your year and this needs to be the year you do it because if not, you're going back to grad school so you can get a better
Yeah.
job. Like, and I don't really want to do that right now. So it's like, but that sounds selfish to me.
No, it's not selfish. It's I mean, that's a goal.
Yeah.
If you know, but what you need to do then, if that's how you're feeling, is like break it down into goals that are like
More attainable.
measurable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in December, if you're like, this wasn't my year, but then looking back, it's like, wait, all of these really cool things happened, but am I where I want to be? So
Yeah.
think about that, I guess, and then break it down into more like measurable goals. It doesn't have to be something that you're like, I can attain that so easily, but just something where it's like, if I haven't done this by whatever,
Right. Yeah.
whatever, then maybe I should think about something.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Mhm.
the thing. It's like, I really want to do so many different things. I have to really focus down on what I want to actually do. Anyway,
Mhm.
that's a personal thing. That's a me problem for this coming year. So stay tuned to hear about my problems on this podcast for the next 12 months.
Mhm.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
it though.
when did we start this? It's been about a year on and off that we've been making these.
Mhm.
About.
Probably.
Yeah, so I hope we keep doing this and
I
that
hope so too.
it we get to have a bunch of people listen and that maybe we'll
New
be
year,
yeah,
fresh start.
maybe I'll
We
make
can
some
do
new
this.
art for the channel. You never know.
Yeah, dude. Maybe I'll actually mention the podcast in a video like I've been meaning to do. I keep just wanting to maybe I'll do that as soon as we stop talking. I'll just, with my phone, make a super quick 30-second, hey, did you guys know that I do a podcast? Da da da. Like Shane Dawson does before his videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Does he
that's
do
his like
that? I don't know.
intro.
Oh, I didn't know.
'Cause he does a like podcast or whatever, so
Mhm.
like before his videos it will be like a
A little
30
ad.
second, yeah, like, hey, I just finished a podcast with whoever he's podcasting with, and we talked about this, that, and the other, so check us out. Okay, bye. And then his video starts.
Oh yeah, that sounds like good.
So maybe I'll do that for a couple of my videos.
I would really like to get back into making videos. I don't know what I would do. I've been thinking about doing some computer games, and just kind of some random stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Doki
exactly what.
Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, I do need to play
Nice.
Doki Doki. If only I would only like. It's funny because I promised Max I would do like a makeup haul of the makeup I just ordered because he like came into my DMs on Twitter.
Yes.
And he tweeted at us, he's like, when are you gonna come back? And I feel like Max was my biggest fan and I never just listened to
He
anything.
is.
And I never listened to him.
You should do like drawing videos and stuff because I
I
really
should.
loved the one that you did.
Yeah. And if that's a goal for me to keep drawing and doing stuff like that, then I guess that would be a really nice time-lapse
We should
videos.
just collab and I will do audio of like, that's what we should do for Harry Potter. Like I should talk about like Harry Potter things and you should do Harry Potter art. And
Oh,
then we should
okay.
just collab and do that and
Yeah,
it'll be beautiful.
it would be.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, I really like that. Um,
Yeah.
we'll plan it out
Okay.
because you gave me the idea also to do K-pop themed drawings while I'm talking
Yeah.
about
Mhm.
my video reviews, and I also really like that idea.
You should do that.
Yeah, I need to figure out I just need to figure out what I like to do. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, that was an hour. God,
Yeah.
I feel like when we don't
So,
talk for a while, I feel like we need 2 hours. But next week we'll talk more about New Year's, I'm sure. I'm not doing anything fun.
mhm.
I'm not
I'm not
doing
doing
anything.
anything.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
just.
Josh he works tomorrow 2 to 11.
Mm,
So I'm like, you have to leave work right at 11 because if you leave at 11, then you're gonna come like swooping in right before midnight and it'll be the most romantic thing ever.
oh, that's so cute. Yeah,
So hopefully that will happen. But I'm really excited for 2018.
me too.
And stay tuned because we got a lot coming at ya.
All shade, all tea,
Oh yeah.
all the gossip.
Should we do like podcasts on YouTube drama?
Oh,
Because
Jesus
boy
Christ.
howdy.
That's my favorite phrase. Oh God, if we turn into a drama
I'm sure we
cast,
could.
oh,
Everything.
that would be everything. I mean, we already kind of do. We talked shit about YouTube Rewind through the eyes of Emma Blackery that last episode we did. So,
It
anyway,
was awesome.
who knows what this podcast will be? It could be anything, and hopefully, it's coming to iTunes because we talked about doing that, which will
hmm
maybe I don't know. If
But
not,
stay tuned
stay
to
tuned.
see
What this?
whatever is gonna happen.
Yeah, I know we're trying to say something like really
Wow.
poetic at the end. And we're like, please listen to our
Please
podcast.
just stay
Please,
tuned. Just keep looping that. Stay
keep.
tuned. Stay tuned.
Well, have a happy new year, everyone, and we'll
hmm
see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.